What's up, guys? This is Justin with IGN. I am here with Jake. We're taking a look at Full Bore.
Exactly, that's the name of the game. And then I'm part of the studio Whole Hog Games.
Cool. And so Full Bore is, we're playing on Windows right now. Are you targeting other platforms?
For right now, Windows and Linux. And then going forward, we're really thinking about also adding in Mac support, depending on...
Gotcha. But Windows and Linux for now, maybe Mac down the road. And this is we were talking a little bit about it before we started recording, a 2D sort of puzzle platforming game.
Exactly. It's a 2D game that focuses on exploration.
Gotcha.
And sort of the two goals we have here is we want people to feel very curious about the game world.
Mm-hmm.
And then they want the secondary goal is we want people to kind of feel smart after they play this game, because
Gotcha.
kind of teach them using mechanics, and then they play with the pieces and put together a puzzle.
And so is it inspired by, exploration? Is it nonlinear exploration in the way of, like, a Metroid or a Castlevania?
Yeah, actually, Metroid is a big favorite game amongst the developers, and so there's...
I see we're falling through. You're giving people a little preview
exactly,
of some of the environments.
Trying to show the different pieces of the game that come together.
So it's like it's like Super Metroid, but instead of like a space bounty hunter, you play as a boar.
An impoverished digging boar.
An impoverished digging boar. All
yes,
right,
exactly.
That makes total sense.
And the kind of the goal is to get some of that humor in. People who are big fans of cartoons might notice that our artist has pulled in a lot of inspirations from kind of almost Saturday morning cartoons.
Sure.
He's a huge fan of Ren and Stimpy,
He's
etc.
Our boar is being shocked back to life. Does he have a name?
His name is Frederick.
Frederick the boar. I'm sorry, you might have said that a moment ago.
So yeah, this is Frederick, the impoverished digging boar, and the story has a few layers. But the first layer is you get framed for this bank heist, almost this vault heist.
All right. Again, that makes total sense.
Yeah. So this is our checkpoint mechanic. We're just kind of teaching people how to use that.
Oh, gotcha. So yeah, obviously this is the very start of the game, so we're going through some sort of basic tutorial stuff. But I'm assuming, like, any good Metroidvania, as you unlock new abilities, that gives you new areas to explore.
And that's kind of our caveat, is instead of abilities, what it is you unlock your own understanding of the world. So there'll be places that are gated by puzzle mechanics.
Okay.
And then we won't really tell the player about the puzzle mechanics until later. We'll have the sort of tutorial. So you're free to try and figure the stuff out yourself.
Sure. So people can sequence break if they're really clever, sort of.
Exactly. That's the goal. And
okay.
Sequence breaking in particular there's actually like purposely built in, like, okay, if they're really smart and they've seen this little preview of a block, they should be able to put it together and maybe skip this section.
Gotcha. What's the number that's incrementing in the top right?
So that is your gem counter. And so as part of this whole like bank heist subplot, and this is part of there's a lot of environmental storytelling.
Yeah, we're getting some story in there. If people, if they want to blow past it, they
can.
Oh yeah, for
otherwise,
sure. They can sort of dive deeper into the world.
These environmental story parts actually sort of show the second layer story, which is more about you're digging through these ruins, this technology, these temples, these different environments. Yeah, this is how you escape the hole.
Escape the tutorial hole?
Yes.
Gotcha.
The hole of shame.
That's cute.
Yeah.
And now you're in the bank.
Yeah.
I was very confused when you were talking about a bank heist. I didn't get it. But now, I'm assuming this is a bank vault?
Yes, it's a bank vault, and it's very empty.
Sure.
Which is not usually how you like your vaults.
No.
Although technically I misspoke. It's not a bank vault. It's the vault for a mining company.
Okay.
And so the mining company's solution to you stealing all their stuff is to put you to work in their mines.
Of course it is.
So yeah, this is where this gets introduced. So this is our character Gulen Bursty. All the main character boars are actually named after sort of mythological or legendary boars. We'll let people try and figure out what the actual reference is.
That's awesome.
So basically, he's yelling at you, and obviously, since you came through the vault door, you must have stolen everything.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. Kind of.
This is really cute. I like the style a lot. Obviously your boar is sort of, straight 2D pixel art. But the environments do have some, I don't know if it's like you'd call it like parallax, but like some depth to it.
Yeah, actually that's kind of our big key with the style here. We started out making this tiled game, and one of the big problems with tiles is it's really hard to make them. Everything looks the same size. Everything's like tightly aligned to a grid, so it's hard to make it look like it has a lot of variety. And so we came up with this way of kind of faux depth, where the tiles look like they're stacked up on top of each other at different depths. So, and then
And so now we're sort of back into, again, now it's sort of exploration. People, is there, so far we haven't seen any sort of enemies or, danger. Is it mainly sort of puzzle solving?
It's mainly puzzle solving, and this gives you an idea of some of the Metroidvania-esque stuff.
Cool.
Well, this is the map that shows you the different places you've been and the things you're missing. Like, you can see those little door icons mean there's a door there that you haven't walked through.
Gotcha. And so there are no enemies, really? Like, you're just kind of trying...
Not really. There's a few places where there's things that are a little bit like enemies.
Gotcha, but this isn't a combat game. It's
certainly not,
gotcha. Cool.
And so the other thing that's interesting is since the world's made up of these blocks that have different mechanics, there's actually basically hidden stuff hidden everywhere.
Sure.
Like on this particular screen, there's actually 3 secrets, I think.
Okay. Is there any of them that we can get to now?
Yeah, I was going to show you one. kind of a little spoiler here. So, that's another interesting ability. Frederick has the ability to slam his face into the ground, and that affects all kinds of different blocks in different ways.
And so now we're getting to, if people are clever or...
In that particular case, they have to understand the way Stomp works.
Gotcha.
The face smash. And so this is a little hinting area of what's this whole place about. Like, and the goal is, like, we have these multiple story layers. The first story, which is about the heist that you've been framed about, and then the second story, which is more told by the environment. Similarly, there's this first layer of puzzles, which is the puzzles for collecting gems to pay off your debt.
Gotcha.
And there's a second set of puzzles that's for more hidden things that is more implied, and the player has to put things together, and that's where this room kind of ties in.
Makes me think of Fez.
Actually, Fez is another big inspiration for this game.
Sure. So, when can gamers... Well, so I guess I have 2 questions for you. The first, again, we're sort of taking a look at the opening moments of this game. But, is there anything that that's not being represented right now in this video that you want to make sure people know or understand about Full Bore? Or is this, more or less like they can expect?
More or less, except the puzzle complexity, the kind of the cleverness, it goes up, and there's a lot of pretty interesting mechanics that get added in over time.
Cool.
And like I said, the goal of the game is really try and make people feel smart, feel clever for solving these things.
And so when can gamers get their hands on this?
We're hoping to release by the end of this summer, actually. And right now we actually have a green light going on that maybe people can vote us up if they're interested in this puzzle game, or they know anybody who's interested in puzzle games.
You are getting ahead of me. That's my last question is, if people have watched this video, they're kind of interested in Full Bore, where should they go to find out more?
The easiest place to go is actually our website, which has a convenient URL of gofullbore.com.
Gofullbore.com.
That will give you basically all the links you need to either, if you're really excited, pre-order the game, or vote us up on Greenlight, or any news or information we have will be posted up there.
Cool. Well, thank you for showing us an early look at Full Bore. It's always my favorite thing to do here at IGN is take a look at, brand new indie games or any game that I haven't seen before. So, I appreciate the demo. Everybody at home, remember that we're always kind of trying to surface the newest, most interesting video games, and everything else that's going on with video games. So make sure you're keeping it locked to IGN.com.